Ned, you're
Thank you for joining.
beloved. Thank you for joining. We're in freaking Macedonia, man. Like, what the hell? You said it, Macedonia.
Man, it's worldwide. It's like we're more worldwide than Mr. Worldwide. Who the fuck is Pitbull?
You're Mr. Worldwide.
So Ned, like, you have people. Everyone loves Ned Luke. Everyone loves the character Michael. But what people may not know, maybe the story of like, they're from here, like here to there. And I remember the first day when we heard that you got casted as Michael, and then you became Mike. Like, you weren't casted as Michael. You are Michael and became Michael, right?
Yeah.
And you really created that character. Yeah. Like, what you were
pretty
doing?
Much. Yeah. By the way, this guy talking is Joe Rubino. For you guys who don't know, that's Joe Rubino. He was one of the DPs on Grand Theft Auto 5. And I'm gonna tell you right now. First things first. GTA 5 would not be GTA 5 without this dude, Joe Rubino. So
let's give a round of applause to Joe as well.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. It's a collaboration. It's a collaboration.
Well, and the rest of the crew. I mean, the crew on the show, on the game was phenomenal, man. Just a bunch of young geniuses who knew what they were doing. They were inventing stuff every day. You know, I can remember when Corey came on the set and he had those two 2x4s nailed together with balls on them. And he goes, "Hey, Ned, look at this." And up on the screen, all of a sudden, there I am. Yeah. And it's like with a piece of freaking 2x4s, right? And the next thing I know, Joe and him, they got all these like VHS cameras, skeleton cameras with nothing in them, with balls on them, and they're shooting like it's a freaking movie with 3 cameras and stuff, and getting in the close-ups and all that kind of junk. It was amazing, and that was all this cat right here, and Corey Alderman and the rest of the crew. I called Corey Boy Wonder. That's right. I called Joe son of a bitch, but that was different, and but I just want to get that out of the way real quick.
Well, that next, I think in my career, one of the things that I had the most fun doing was the sets being on. I think we did. It's usually 2 weeks on, 1 week off. I don't remember what it was, but it was years.
3 on, 3 off, 3 on.
Yeah, 3 on, 3 off. So everybody, this is how crazy. I mean, when you're talking about a game. By the way, Ned, you can't see, but there's a whole audience theater behind us. There's the live audience.
I can't hear him either. Hey
guys, make some noise, guys. Make some noise.
Oh, okay.
They're there.
Sure. Yeah, they're alive.
We have a machine that is an audience, just a sound effect. No, I'm kidding. No, but like,
I want to make sure I wasn't being ghosted by Macedonia.
No, but like, guys, what's really crazy? The scope of content that we're doing for these types of large, benchmark games, like tier 1 projects like a GTA. We're shooting every fucking day. Like, it's never, you wake up and it's like Groundhog's Day. The guys suit up, we're doing our tech days, we're doing our ROMs, we're looking at our shot list. It's like this, it's like repeating everything. And then guys like Ned come in, Ned, Solo, and Steve, and all there was hundreds of actors.
The entire cast,
insane amount of people coming in.
Freaking awesome.
But like, it's a revolving door, and these guys have to show up and be their character every single day, And Ned, tell them about the script changes, literally that day or that moment.
I mean, script changes were crazy, man. It was like, I can give you a day that was okay when we were doing the Dr. Friedlander stuff. We break for lunch, and all of a sudden, production assistant or whatever, Michelle walks up and goes, "Hey, Ned, we need to do this after lunch." And she hands me 17 pages.
Just go do it.
What am I going to do with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not all one shot, right? But yeah, so all those little Freelander bits, I was handed that material at lunchtime. And had to learn it, get familiar with it, over lunch. And I think that might have been the day that Joe was doing the cinnamon challenge or whatever. But
anyway, I did that. I did the cinnamon challenge.
Very productive day of the workout.
Very productive.
Yeah, he almost killed him.
I literally almost died.
Anyway, so I had to learn all that material over lunch. That was extreme. That was the most extreme one. But you know, I had a little bit of time in between setups, like, okay, this is the next phone call or the next visit, you know, or whatever. And you know, we got to do this, and these are the lines, you know. But they gave me a lot of freedom. I mean, the script changes were incredible, and then on top of that, they gave me so much freedom to improvise, you know, and stuff that it got to where literally they had, might have been Tony, I don't know who, but was on the monitor on a computer typing as we were going, because the changes would just come, and it'd be like, what did I say? Hey, let's do another take. All right, what did I say on that one? You know, oh, well, you said this. Is that good? Yeah. Okay, good. All right, boom, I'll keep that. You know, and it got to where, you know, I mean, the part was basically, I mean, it was so perfect for me, and it was written for me, and yeah, I mean, it was written as Michael. Then it was kind of, it almost became that it was written for Ned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the writers were so great. They would adjust. They adjusted to like, what was I bringing? And they would adjust to that. And they're so smart, you know, that they knew what to write, you know, that would have my rhythm and my, you know, and my flow to it, so that it would be, and it was so easy to learn that way, you know, because it was just like basically, you know, talking myself. But I always joked that I had to learn a new language because these guys were all Scottish. You know, I joked I had to learn a new language, you know, English. So, yeah.
You know, there was a magic on, and I've been on so many of these sets now, and it's always hard to replicate the magic we found on GTA and on 5. And it's interesting because that magic is felt in the game itself when you play it. There's a formula and a connective tissue between all of us creating these things that is really authentic and really magical. And I think a cruise and talent and that symbiotic sort of formula that works really well is always present as a player, and you feel it.
I mean, I don't know if it's actually by sheer numbers, but I think everyone would consider GTA 5 as the biggest game of all time.
I would agree. Yeah, I would agree.
For me, I would say GTA 5 is the biggest game of all time, and it's thanks to people like
Biggest
Ned.
piece of entertainment of all time.
Yeah. And
you can love film and television in there too if you want.
Yeah.
Single piece of entertainment, one game, not a bunch of.
Probably you don't know, but we have our own versions. Like
Here in Macedonia, we have like our own private servers of GTA.
Really?
Yeah, because
GTA Skopje.
yeah, we have
GTA
GTA Skopje. We have one that's called Samp. They call it Samp, and it's like a private server hosted. I don't know if it's just for Macedonia or maybe it was just for the Balkans, but we had like a bunch of different servers.
Like I think it's like that probably for a lot of places. I know that. What do you call it? You know, we went to China. Twice. I went to China twice, and they couldn't even call the game GTA 5 because I believe it's banned there. And so we had to be called. You know, they called us actors from a famous video game. And then the characters that they put up on the board, you know, they had a big screen like you guys got in the back there. And that screen had like, they had our characters, but it was actually us. It was actually me, Solo, and Steven. And you know, basically looking like the characters because they couldn't use the actual characters on the artwork because China would have, you know, thrown them in the clink or something. I mean, who knows? Probably cut their balls off. You know?
It's a good thing that you haven't been shipped in a box.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of, you know, it's everywhere. I mean, it's worldwide. We went to Brazil. Solo and I went to Brazil a little while back, and you know, 350,000 people come through the Brazil game show, and we probably saw 100,000 of them. I mean, the love is like ridiculous, you know, worldwide. It's just, and you can't imagine how we appreciate it. I mean, it's so awesome, you know, and our fans are crazy, you know, in a good way.
But you know, Ned, there's something different about.
I'm in a bad way, but yeah, some in a bad way, but they're crazy in a good way. And I always like to point out that the deal is that to me the fans are the game. Period. End of story. It's not us. It's not Rockstar.
No.
It's the fans. The fans are the game, because without them, you got nothing. Without them, you're one of these places laying off, 90% of their workforce. So it's the fans that make it, and you got to appreciate them, and you've got to appreciate them and welcome them in, and sometimes they swat you, and But
Did you guys know about this?
No.
Do you know about this? Well, we should
They swatted him?
really quick before that, because I'll forget. Ned, though, there is something different about you guys, you and Solo specifically, and even Steven. There's something different about this a game post launch this long, having the fan base growing more fanatical and amazing. I've never seen it actually.
I was 12 years old when I started playing GTA 5.
Yeah.
I'm like 23, and my parents didn't even want to buy it for me. They were like, "This one's bad for you. We're not gonna buy it for you."
But what I mean is the fan base
for me
right now for Ned, it's huge. I mean, how many people still want to see this?
It's crazy because every year, the legs on this game they're so long. It's like every year we get another 5 million or more fans. Because I always go some mom somewhere says to her,
can't play it.
Yeah, you can't play it.
Can't play it.
Son, going through his rite of passage. Yes, okay, fine, you can get the game. Leave me alone. Don't ask me anymore. You can get it. Go to GameStop. Go to wherever. Go get the game.
Did that happen to anybody here? Did that happen to you guys? Anybody? Weren't allowed to play GTA and then finally was allowed to play GTA?
Yeah, we have about
Everyone here, yeah, probably.
Yeah, and then you get another whole round of fans. And then now with all the live streaming and stuff, like I did a 10th anniversary live stream. I started live streaming on YouTube, and they know who you are now. They make the connection between you, the character in the game, and now they know real life. And it's you go into the thing, and it used to be I would go to say a computer store and I would get something. I say, yeah, hey guys, how you doing? Can you get? They go, you sound like Michael. Right?
Are you Michael?
Now they go, are you Ned Luke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different thing.
Yeah.
And how can you not be appreciative of that? You would be an idiot, an asshole, a dick if you weren't appreciative of that. So you've got to be appreciative of that and welcome it in, and everything. It's just how it is, man. It's just, I can't imagine how it is with all these superstar actors, who've been going through it forever.
Even though he has a very good community and also crazy fans, even though they want to join the Skull, I don't know how they
somehow people keep trying to join the Skull, your fans. It's just like popping up.
How do they know? How do they get the invite?
I have zero clue.
That's insane. Well, actually, we should talk about that. Well, number one last thing to say about Ned specifically and Solo, they really are interactive with the audience, their fans. I don't think I've seen so much connective tissue between what Ned's doing. Ned and Solo really give back to the community. They're always open to do stuff. It's amazing, and I think Ned, I give you a lot of credit, man. Everyone freaking loves you. Thank you for even being here. I'd actually say, I would love if Ned could join us maybe next year in person.
Live, for sure.
I mean, you can sleep in my apartment if you want. I don't care.
Maybe Ned could come next year, but
I'm not sure how to take that, pal.
yeah, watch out. Be careful what you ask for. But let's talk about really quick. This is a really interesting topic, and I think we should talk about it. And it is about fans swatting Ned.
Yeah.
Ned was in the news recently, many times actually, and he's been being basically tortured by this crazy group of fans that are swatting him. Ned, what is going on?
You got to use the term fan loosely with those.
Yeah, I don't know if you maniac.
Yeah,
we call it maniac.
Won't call those fans.
Tell everybody what the hell's going on with this. What is happening?
Well, swatting is they'll call in a fake police report, and I don't like talking about it because it pumps them up. Right now, talking about it, if they're watching the live stream, they're in their mom's basement jerking off, going.
Probably. Yeah.
But the what it is, they call it a fake police report, and the SWAT team shows up at your house. There's a guy naked on his front porch with a shotgun threatening to do harm. Woo, 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 woo! Here they come, and with their shields and their guns drawn, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And it's kind of stupid. It's happened like 9 times. All the pizzas they
Dangerous
deliver
stuff.
and all this kind of crap. And they'll do it today because I just brought it up. You watch. But we've been on them.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
Z-Man, Brian Zampella, who's a buddy of ours, who's, you know, Blast Crew guy. What people don't know about him is that he's an ex-cop, has a lot of connections, PI, that kind of stuff. And him and I have been doing an investigation together. And you talk
with the
about the
FBI.
breadth of fandom. You talk about the breadth of fandom. I got a phone message, a voicemail on my phone, and it was from some guy who claimed to be an FBI agent. And I was like, okay, well, that's bullshit, because I couldn't understand it, and the translation, you know, of the
He was
words,
speaking
you
in an
know,
Indian accent.
you read it, we're not good. And so then he texted me. And so I called a buddy of mine who was a Fed back in New York. Him and his wife were both Feds. I called him. I said, how can I find out if this guy's legit? And he gave me the number to call. So I called that number and I said, hey, do you have an agent? Beep. Anyway, and they go, yeah, we do. And she goes, why? And I said, well, because he left messages for me. So she comes back. She goes, yeah, we'd like to patch you through. So they patched me through to this guy. And I'm thinking, like I told Brian, I go, you know, I probably have fans in the FBI.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, guys, cops, you know, every time I get swatted, I end up doing selfies with all the cops and the fire guys, you know. So I figured maybe I got it, you know. Sure enough, the guy gets on the phone. He goes, hey, look, man, I've seen everything that's going on. And we had a thing come back that I flagged. And I ran the number, and it was like Ned Luke. And I go, and he's like, Ned Luke, that's Michael. He's not doing that. And so he reached out to me, right? So we got on it. They found guys. They caught a guy in freaking Arizona, and they expedited him to, I think, New York. And you know, that guy's going down. And then my Fed guy, he starts calling these guys because Brian and I got all kinds of info on them, and he's calling them, and all of a sudden it stops. And I haven't been swatted in. But they're like, I know one of them got on the phone and said, this guy's he's legit. He really does have Feds working on it, you know.
Yeah, and he does.
And hopefully it ends. I mean,
Don't jinx yourself, man.
I'll probably find out today.
Yeah.
Because I got
Probably.
It is
I
a
got to
very
do a live stream autograph signing afterwards.
yeah, right. But it is a
And-
very interesting story that, you know, Brian Z-Man Zampella from Blast Crew, ex-cop, helping build a case with Ned, who an FBI agent heard about. I mean, this itself is such a crazy story.
It's a video game.
It really is a video game story, but like,
It's crazy.
It's insane. It's so crazy how the world takes you in these places. But
Yeah,
Ned-
and it's not just me. I mean, it's happening to a lot of people, you know, and it's just a dangerous thing that really, you know,
Yeah.
they need to figure out how to stop it, and you know,
Don't do
and
it.
all that
We,
kind of
we,
stuff.
we would say that's an American thing.
yeah, you don't have that in Macedonia, right?
Definitely.
Do you even have police in Macedonia? I haven't seen one. Police.
Sometimes I'm a cop. On
Sometimes.
my- on my
Oh,
own.
yeah. Self-police, right?
Do you even does he even have police? Do you even have you know? I mean, is Macedonia even a country? I mean, what are you talking about, Joe?
You'd have to
I'm
ask
only
our neighbors.
teasing. I'm only teasing.
You'd have to ask our neighbors that.
I'll tell you, no, Ned. I like Macedonia. Growing up, like we don't really know too much about the Balkans out here, like where we grow up, right?
That's like where the mammoths are from, isn't it?
It's
the
where-
woolly mammoth from
Is the woolly
Macedonia?
mammoth from the Macedonia?
If it's something that will get more votes in the parliament, they will say
Oh
that.
yeah. Sure, yeah, whatever you say. But this place is it's a very interesting place. Their culture is very unique. You know, Macedonia is one of the only countries named in the Bible. I just found that out.
Yeah.
But the food is amazing. The people, there's a lot of great artistry here, a lot of great artists. And you know, one of the things we're doing here, Ned, with guys like you, is we're talking about stories, we're having fun with it, but it's also kind of bring awareness to a place that is kind of in the shadows and doesn't get a lot of attention at all, when it probably deserves a bit of attention, because the people that I've met here, you know, and I've been working with Stefan now for almost 4 years, trying to help build some of this stuff. The people are absolutely incredible. Like, the food is incredible.
Yeah.
It's just a special
Ned
place.
I think Ned will love
I think
the
Ned
food
would
here.
really love it. You know,
Yeah.
he'll definitely percolate
Well, I
if he
like
came
food.
here.
I can tell you that. I like food.
Oh.
Yeah, but I just want to give a shout out to everyone here and the people watching that feel like
For geography
Yes.
purposes, Macedonia is next to Greece, correct?
correct above it,
Above it.
above it.
Yeah,
Above.
you're
Okay.
gonna see some wild comments in the chat maybe if you say that.
Yeah,
Well,
why?
I will put Macedonia above Greece.
Hey,
Oh,
you heard it here first.
You're getting a lot of claps for that one. So, Ned, let's pivot here. What has life been like since GTA? What was life like before GTA? And what is different for you now?
Just a quick question. How old are you, man?
Before GTA, look, I've been an actor for what, 38 years?
Yeah.
Before GTA, I'd been an actor for 25 years or whatever, right? And the acting business is, it's rough, man. It's up and down and up and down. You'll make a huge amount of money one year, the next year you might make next to nothing. So you got to make it last and stuff, and it's a hard grind. So before GTA, it was, I was doing all right. I'd done about 100 commercials in my career and a lot of television and film, so I was okay. Everything was fine before GTA 5. When my agent called me for the audition, it wasn't called GTA 5, it was called Rush. They were, very, very tricky, that rock star. And so my agent said, hey, we got an audition for you. And I'd just come back to New York. I had quit acting for like 4 years because I was sick of it. I was tired of the business, tired of the grind, tired of the bullshit, tired of the people, and tired of LA, And so we went back to my hometown for a little while in Danville, Illinois. And I got, I was like, I told my wife, I go, you got to pick LA, New York, which one? I'm an actor. I can't do this stuff. I'm an actor. And she goes, New York. So I got on a plane that weekend and I went to New York and we found a house and I flew back home. I was running a restaurant thing with my brother, and we had the concession stands at a ballpark, at a baseball park, and they were in the playoffs. They lost the playoffs that week, and I got a U-Haul and we loaded it up. My brother's football team came and helped us pack that U-Haul trailer, and we moved to New York. So it was, which one? Where do you want to be? New York, LA, New York. A week later, we were in New York. A month later, I got the call for the audition for Grand Theft Auto 5, and I was like, they go, well, we got an audition for you for, this show, video game. And I said, I'm not doing a video game. I'm an actor. I'm not a voice actor. And she goes, well, no, it's by Rockstar. And I said, well, who the hell is Rockstar? Right? And I'm a gamer. I played. She goes, well, they do great games like Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption. And I played all those games. I played the first Grand Theft Auto. I played all of them, and Red Dead too. And I went, oh, I didn't know. Okay, well, send me the material. And then when they sent me the material, I went from I'm not going to do it to nobody else is going to do it.
I'm not giving this up.
It just fit, and I knew I was going to get it. So then, of course, we book it, and you got to understand now we're working on this thing for what, Joe, 3.5 years.
Yes.
And we can't say anything.
Yeah.
So now I've got a 4-year hole in my resume from the time that I left. And now I got 3.5 more years because I can't say anything. Yep. So it looks like I don't exist anymore. Casting people don't know who I am. I got, a few calls and stuff and I couldn't do them because we were working. And so life during the making of Grand Theft Auto 5, it was like the best time ever, but it also sucked because it kind of set me back
until it
from
came
getting
out.
other work.
Yeah, until it came out.
Yeah. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. Now, life after Grand Theft Auto 5, first trailer comes out, and we're all watching it. Remember, Joe, up on the big screen, like you got guys behind you. We're watching it, and I'm like, holy shit! It's like all me, basically. And it's like you see my schnoz.
Why did I move here? You guys remember the famous first line? Why did I move here?
Yeah.
I think it's the most watched trailer.
Why did I move here?
Yep.
I guess it was that thing, that magic, that. So, and Rod had brought this to me on a little piece of paper. like a month or so before. He goes, "Hey, come on back in the back. I want you to read this for me." I didn't know what it was. He turns on a recorder, and I start reading it, right? And he goes, "Okay, thanks, man. We're back out on the set." No clue. 2 months later, first trailer comes out. Boom, there it is. I got a buddy in Singapore who's an actor that I knew in LA. And he goes on Twitter, and we're riding on the Long Island Railroad going back after we finished working that day. And all of a sudden, my phone is blowing up. Twitter message, Twitter.
I remember
Twitter,
this.
Twitter.
It was a big deal.
Instagram, right? Because Jimmy had gone on there and said, "My man Ned Luke is the new lead in GTA 5. He's bigger and badder than Statham." Oh, yeah. And I'm panicking because we got a non-disclosure, and I'm like going, "Oh my God, my phone's blowing up." I shut it down. I got to call Ron. I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
They're serious about that. Very
I
serious.
got a cousin's daughter who I fired in the restaurant business. She goes online. She says, I hate that fucker. I'm going to shoot him all the time. And I'm like going, oh my God. I thought I was going to get fired because I got outed, and close all your social media, close everything, let's work. Let's get it done. Game comes out and it's like 28 years into an acting career. You're an overnight sensation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
They don't know about the other 28 years where you were waiting tables, shoveling horse shit, literally selling cars, bartending, being on unemployment, filing bankruptcy. They don't know all of that stuff. They just know the overnight sensation. It's Michael.
Michael
You
DeSanto.
And because that's what people know about this business is the glamour, and all that kind of. They don't know the struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So I always tell people, you're getting into this business, you better be ready to struggle. You better be able to handle rejection.
Just talking about that with
Yeah, we
Ryan.
were just talking about that.
And you better be able to, and handling rejection. It's a great trainer for going out and trying to pick up girls. It's just like an audition. Yeah, we don't like that guy. Hey, how about a dance? No.
Nope.
Finally, like my buddy goes up to a girl. We laughed because we were at a bar one time and he just kept getting rejected. Finally, he goes up to some gal and he goes, "This is McCool Robbins. He's like the greatest dude ever. He was my roommate." He goes up to this chick and he goes, "One fucking dance." And that was it. She goes, "All right." Dance, and it was hysterical because he'd been rejected. He just finally said, "Man, I'm going to do that." But that's what the acting business is. It's a lot of rejection, and then you hit maybe.
Yep.
And it's about perseverance. It's like anything else in life, man. You have to persevere. It's all about sticking with it. Don't filter out the negative, filter out the bullshit, filter out all the people that don't want you to succeed. Right? It's you gotta just flush all of that. Flush all of it like a freaking big old toilet, man. Just get rid of it.
If I may paint a picture, Ned, and I think it was on opening night that we saw you at the end of the night, but we went on like a campaign throughout New York City where we had does anybody know the Banshee in the car, the Viper in GTA?
Yeah.
They created a fake version of that they gave away, $100,000 Viper basically. But we went around all of the GameStops, the crew, some of the actors. I don't know if you guys were at that after party, I think, that night.
Yeah.
We met you that night. But we went on a tour around New York City. The whole city was up, going crazy. Like the line. I've never seen anything like it. We never will see anything like it, probably.
I went to the local
Maybe.
GameStop.
GTA 6.
Maybe.
And the line was, the entire length of the mall, of the shopping mall.
Yeah.
And by then, people said, okay, well, Michael's this guy Ned Luke. I don't know who he is, but that's who Michael is. He's balcony guy. Balcony guy's Ned Luke. So I showed up at that mall and went to that GameStop because I like the guys that work there because I bought video games from these guys a lot. So I just showed up there on at midnight, and I walked in there, and hey guys, what's up? Let me get a copy of that game. You know, signed it there, and everybody's like, oh my god. So I was there signing games. People were buying games, and I was signing them. Buy, sign, for probably an hour and a half or so. And that's before that was when, and then I went to New York after that, and just went. You know, the next it was so much fun, man. I mean, the notoriety and the fame and all that kind of stuff. It's great, it's wonderful. But you know what? Here's the thing: you can't let it change you. I think Joe can attest. I'm probably the same exact guy I was when he first met me.
Absolutely.
Pretty sure.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's the thing, you know, which to some people is too bad. I wish I did change, but you know,
We don't.
No, we don't. I mean, it says a lot about Ned's character to be here and to share these stories and inspire, you know, everybody here.
Well, you know, I got a little short film that I did. It's called Order for Ben, that I think is going to do really well on the. It's a wonderful script, wonderful story, very timely, and I think it's going to do really well on the film festival circuit.
Nice.
Yeah.
I play the dad. I play the dad of a trans kid.
Okay.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And it's going to be good. It's going to be good. And then I actually just shot an episode of Reasonable Doubt, which is a show on Hulu. And then I also just got a big worldwide campaign, like ad campaign thing that
nice.
I can't talk about. But
Okay.
it's going to be really huge. We're going to go to Europe and shoot it. It's going to be really cool.
But it's what's really great about
Crazy in a
Blaster.
good way.
Yeah, and what's really great is we're bringing all of our favorite actors and game actors and real life and real Hollywood actors, other actors, and bringing them all together in this new universe. You know, and
Awesome.
kind of the stories we're telling you guys and the story that Ned's talking about, that thing that we captured, that special something on set. You know, we're gonna bring it back in this new universe. You know, why not? Why can't we replicate some of that magic and have some fun with it? And I think where this thing goes is really anybody's guess, but it's really the audience. We're doing it for you guys. Like, we're doing it for the fans. We want to bring this thing back, this magic back. And I wouldn't do it without Ned and without some of the core pieces of a lot of projects I've worked on. You know.
Thanks guys, so much.
Thanks,
I
Ned.
hope that you get to come to Macedonia.
Bye, Ned.
Thanks, Ned. Love you, man.